Government advised construction of dams by relating it to progress, development, and prosperity of a region or state. But today, there is a movement, a protest, to stop the construction of big dams. The mindset of people has changed. Today, people oppose the construction of dams because they know the after effects of building dams on the people and the environment, and also the economy of that small sector. Building dams is an advantage for the government, but a loss for common people. Big dams are obsolete, uncool, and undemocratic. Government is building dams to get more authority and power to decide that who will get more water. They are being biased. The poorer section of society suffers more from the construction of dams. Government is not being fair with everyone. Because the government has control over dams, the rich people are benefiting more from building of dams. Building dams had put negative effects in the life of middle class and poor people, whose land was captured by the government for the construction of dams. So the life of those people have been affected badly. The writer further says that when there were no dams, there was abundant water in the natural water bodies. There was greenery everywhere and everything looked beautiful around. Animals were getting enough water for them because there was no barrier in the flow of river water. But when the government began to build dams, the land near the river was captured by them, which became dry. Animals are not getting water for them. It completely spoiled the natural place. And the land has become barren. So ecologically, big dams are a disaster. Dangers of constructing dams. How it could be dangerous? Let me tell you. To construct dams, first, reservoirs are built. Huge population and animals was displaced to construct reservoirs. And after displacing them, that land was used to build reservoirs. Then they began to construct dams. Poorly constructed dams are known to cause floods in areas around it. Cracks on dams affect the control on the flow of water. This then causes floods, which results in the loss of human lives, damage to property, and destruction. Construction of dams also generate environmental problems. Stagnation of water in one area for a longer period of time impacts the nutritional and mineral value in the soil and increases waterlogging. This results in contamination of water. We all know that water has some content of salt in it. Drinking water too has traces of salt in it. When the water is stored for a longer period of time, then the level of salt in water increases too much. And the same water, when supplied to our house, we can feel the salt in it, which becomes useless and harmful too. Drinking this water can make people sick and different diseases can be caused from it. It is not good for our health. After building dams, we are losing too much instead of getting benefits. Reservoirs have to be built for further construction of dams. It is an artificial pond that is used for the storage of water. Because the water is always there in it, it causes the spread of waterborne diseases. Malaria has spread due to the large water bodies which act as breeding sites. When dams or reservoirs were not built, we could see the natural flow of river water. There were no such waterborne diseases. When water is stagnant for a period of time, it becomes breeding ground for mosquitoes, which spreads waterborne diseases. The author says that earlier we had heard a lot about positive effects of dams from the government. But today it is apparent that building dams has no advantages. Further, the author presents a contrast between monuments and dams. Once dams were considered as monuments of modern civilization. She says that is it worth to say it? Are dams actually beneficial for us? Not at all. Dams have a negative impact on the environment and the ecosystem around it. Building reservoirs and dams leads to waterlogging, which destructs the natural elements of the soil. Water gets contaminated if it is stored in one place for a longer period of time, and this again will create a problem for people. Arundhati Roy further mentions in her essay that the whole idea of constructing dams was picked up very quickly and was encouraged. People rushed to create dams without realizing the pros and cons. Hence, it is a need to stop constructing dams now. The whole concept of building dams was picked up very quickly, and this happened across the country. Is India the only country who has constructed dams? No, dams have been created across the world as well. The author has also discussed about first world countries and third world countries. What is first world countries and third world countries? Let me tell you. Look at this picture of first world countries. We'll discuss about the countries like Europe, Australia, and those which are there in this picture. These are the countries that are already developed and progressed well. They have good infrastructure, proper schooling and education system for the children. Medical facilities are available and have a very strong economy. And the people are living very comfortably in these countries. Also, their governments work in favor of their citizens. These are the countries that fall under first world countries. Now, what are third world countries? Look at this picture. Third world countries include the countries like India, South Africa, Pakistan, and few other. Are these countries developed and economically strong? Do they have proper infrastructure, proper education for all children, sufficient medical facilities? Are these countries well developed? No. These countries are still developing. They have improper infrastructure like inappropriate roads, lack of power supply, etc. They do not have sufficient schools for all children. Hospitals are also available in less number. Poverty is far and wide in these third world countries. Their people are struggling for their livelihood. The countries which fall under first world are fully developed. They have good infrastructure, proper education for children, sufficient medical facilities. They live a very sophisticated life and are economically very strong. Understanding the struggle and challenges, these countries provide support to third world countries. Dams were also built in first world countries. But later, they realized that it has negative impact. It is not beneficial for their nation. So they had to stop building of dams. After taking this action, everything went smoothly and these countries are developing well. However, third world countries are still constructing dams in their countries. Looking at their need and struggle, first world countries are providing support to third world countries for their development. They are providing the ideas and technologies which they had already implemented in their country. They export goods or equipments to underdeveloped countries which can help them in their development. But is it enough for their development? No. These countries are still developing. The author Arundhati Roy says that third world countries are not very well developed. These countries are still struggling. They are implementing new ideas and technologies of developed countries. But before adopting any new technologies of developed countries, the underdeveloped countries must consider the pros and cons of it. Glossary Foot soldiers. Equated. Fervor. Atrophy. Brazen. Salinity. Waterlogging. Accumulating. Conjecture. Silt. Example. It is an earthy matter, fine sand or the like, carried by moving or running water and deposited as a sediment. Here we have some questions for you. Question 1. What statement did Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru make regarding dams? Answer. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said, dams are the temples of modern India. Question 2. What is the rank of India in terms of number of dams in the world? Answer. India stands at third position in the total number of dams constructed in a country. Question 3. How many dams are there in India? Answer. In India, we have approximately 3,600 dams, out of which 3,300 dams were built after independence, and today there are still around 1,000 dams being constructed.